Hey everyone, so this is part 2 in a series I'm doing on how to incubate call duck eggs. In part 1, we went over how to maintain your temperature and your humidity for that first week and kind of what the expectation was going to be, which was basically just maintain that temperature and that humidity and do not open the lid. So when you get to the end of that first week, you're going to candle your eggs, and that will show you what you have developing. And that's what I'm going to do right now with the 2 incubators that we had started last week. All right, so we're going to start with incubator number 2, and I'm going to use one of my other incubators to candle. I have my lid open, I have my candler ready, and I have a carton right here where I'm going to put anything that is not good. Okay, so this is a very clear example of an egg that is not fertilized. You can see that at the bottom here, it is just very clear. There is no veins forming at all within the yolk. This is going to be an example of an egg that had started to form, but you can see here what people call the ring of death. It stopped forming. So this one is no good, unfortunately. And this is going to be an example of something you want to see. Very clear, beautiful veins forming within the yolk. You can see that it's very, very obvious when you have a good egg compared to those other ones. And then I just wanted to show another example of what you want to see. This is beautiful. All right, so I'm done candling these. Unfortunately, we had a lot of duds in this batch. This is what is good, and that is what is bad. And then we're going to repeat the process for incubator number 7. I have my carton here where I'll put any duds that I might have. All right, I've candled all of these, and these are my good ones. And I did have, again, quite a few non-fertile ones in this one. All right, so these are all the ones that were no good. I know it seems like this is a lot to not be good, but you have to take into account, first of all, I have 12 pens. Each of those pens has, different situations going on. But like these eggs, for instance, these are 10 eggs that weren't good. These are from my friend. She's giving me her call duck's eggs. She doesn't breed them, so she's giving them to me. This is only like some of the first eggs her calls have started laying this season. So it makes sense that these are some of the very first eggs, so they're not quite fertile yet. These 2 were from another friend of mine. I'm not sure what's going on with his calls, but he just happened to give me 4 of his eggs, and 2 were not good. Now my pen number 1 is my white group. I have 2 drakes and 3 hens. They have laid me a total of 18 eggs since February 9th. 5 were no good and 13 have been good. So I'm happy with that. I think the white group is good and on their way to giving me a bunch of more good eggs. My silver group I'm also not concerned with. In my silver pen I have 2 drakes and 3 hens. They've laid 11 eggs since February 14th. 2 have been no good and 9 have been good. So just 2 random ones that haven't been good. So not really any cause for concern in this pen. Number 10 is my penciled trio. My penciled always do the best every season. I've had 19 eggs since February 8th. 6 have been no good. 2 have been accidental cracks by me for one reason or another, and 11 have been good. So penciled is never really a concern. I always get the most babies and the most fertilization out of my pencil group. Now, pen number 8, I am a little but disappointed. They've laid 17 eggs since February 8th. 14 have been no good and 3 have been good. This is a chocolate Ancona drake with a chocolate hen and Ancona hen. This is kind of a project I have going. I'm trying to create more chocolate Ancona. But you can see a lot of these early eggs were no good. Anytime I have circles, that means they were no good. So, these were just early eggs. It makes sense that these wouldn't be fertile. And then 224, 225, and 227 have been good. So, those are towards the end. So I don't know. I'm hoping that they pick up, but I'm kind of sad about this one. Pin number 11 is a gray drake that I have paired with a penciled female. So she's laid 5 eggs since the 15th of February and none have been good. This is one I'm concerned about. Their pond situation is a little different than my other pens. It's not recessed into the pen, and I've never actually seen him breed her. So I think I need to reconfigure her pond. That might be what's going on there. So I'm gonna work on that this weekend, and hopefully I'll start getting some fertile eggs. Possible he's never successfully bred her yet. Okay, so I'm purposely not showing my hair, trying not to show it because it's a mess. Anyways, so I just kind of wanted to show you like a few good situations and some kind of like concerning situations that you might have if you're trying to breed calls. It's still early in the season. There's no reason to get worked up. So just, just kind of wanted to say, don't be discouraged by that. Okay, and if you're here thinking to yourself, I don't really care what's going on in your pens, let me go ahead and see how to start week 2. First of all, that's rude. And second, okay. So going back to my hatching guide, this is one of them, and we're gonna use this one as an example. So you can see that I was making check marks as the days progressed, and after I candled, I made some notes here as to what was going on. Now we are gonna start day 8. Today's the 9th, and this is what is new this week, which is to begin cool down and misting. Okay, so I'm setting a timer for 13 minutes. So I just picked up the lid and I set it to the side. The incubator will stay on, you just put it to the side. So I did it here in this first one, and I also did it here in this second one. In this water bottle is room temperature distilled water. So the reason why it's distilled water is so you don't get any kind of buildup in your incubator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So nothing fancy, 4 or 5 sprays will do it. And then just pop your lid right back on, and you never turned your incubator off at any point. So it was just leave it running, set it to the side, wait your 10, 13 minutes for the first week, spray it with your room temperature distilled water, lid goes back on. And that's it. So for week 2, you're gonna repeat that process every day during that second week, and on day 14 is when you're gonna candle again. And then just to cover a couple of questions that I've received before, you do it only once a day, and you're trying to do it about the same time every day. You're creating a routine, so once a day, same time every day if you can. I hope to see y'all for part 3, and cut.